Alright, so today Marvel Studios has finally released our full cast going into Avengers Doomsday that I believe drops next year, right? 2026. So on Twitter, you can go to the page at Avengers, and pretty much what they released is a side scroll of all of the starring cast chairs that are going to be inside of this film. And this screenshot right here that I'm going to be reading from is brought to us by the Twitter page Discussing Film. You could follow them, they're a great page. And you could also follow me on Twitter at ENT Demigod. We're trying to get the followers up over there. But yeah, let's get into this list here. So not only is it this screenshot, I have some more also. What we have here, full cast list for Avengers Doomsday so far. Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. A very interesting pick. Of course, that was huge news last year. I believe we did a video for that on the channel. You can go check that video out. We have Paul Rudd returning as Ant-Man. We have Simu Liu as Shang-Chi. Hopefully I didn't butcher his name. We have Sebastian Stan returning as Bucky. Now, if you play Marvel Rivals, you know how much of a problem Bucky is, all right? We have Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Wyatt Russell as U.S. Agent, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, very interesting, Letitia Wright as Black Panther. Okay, so we're getting the Panther back. I'm glad we get to see more of her. I did really enjoy Black Panther 2, and we did do a movie review for that on the channel when it did drop back in the day, so you can go check that one out too. We have Tenoch Horta Mahea. My bad if I butchered your name, my G, as Namor returning. I really enjoyed him as Namor inside Black Panther 2. I thought he was a fantastic villain, one of the best villains inside the MCU up to this date. We have Ebon Moss-Bachrach as The Thing, and Anthony Mackie returning as Captain America. Now, I don't believe we did, a movie review for the new Captain America film just yet. Who knows, maybe I'll do that on the channel. I definitely wrote one out, though. I have all these bullet points jotted. So anyway, not only do we have, this cast list here, but we have some more that got added, so we'll go ahead and go over those too. All right, so this first one, we have Joseph Quinn. He will return as Johnny Storm in Avengers Doomsday. That's very interesting. I should have all the screenshots up for you guys here from Discussing Film. And then we have Danny Ramirez, who will return as the Falcon in Avengers Doomsday. This guy was, of course, the sidekick inside the new Captain America film. You got a really good glimpse of him inside of that movie, got to know him a little bit as a character, and I guess he's going to be returning, so eventually he'll be, the sidekick taking up the Falcon role for Anthony Mackie as Anthony Mackie takes up Captain America's role, okay? So moving on from that, we have Lewis Pullman, who will return as Sentry inside Avengers Doomsday. And next up, we have Kelsey Grammer, who will return as the Beast in Avengers Doomsday. We, of course, got a glimpse of this inside the new Captain Marvel film, which I'm not sure if we did a movie review for that film, but I actually enjoyed that film. I at least thought it was better than what everyone was saying it was. I don't think it was as bad as, the entire general population seemed to agree on it being as bad as. I thought it was just okay. I thought it was your average Marvel film. All right, adding on to that, guys, we also have Alan Cumming, who will return as Nightcrawler in Avengers Doomsday. And let's move on here. We have Ian McKellen, who will return as Magneto in Avengers Doomsday. That is a crazy announcement right there. Huge stacked cast. We're going to keep going here. We have Patrick Stewart, who will return as Professor X in Avengers Doomsday. So we're going to get the original Professor X. We're going to get the original Magneto inside of this film. Insane news we're getting here. Moving on, we got Tom Hiddleston, who will return as Loki in Avengers Doomsday. All right, this is huge news, guys. And then we have Hannah John Kamen, who will return as Ghost in Avengers Doomsday. Not as big as the previous names we mentioned, but we move on here. We continue here. We have Winston Duke, who will return as M'Baku in Avengers Doomsday, okay? Crazy stuff here. And then we have David Harper, who will return as the Red Guardian in Avengers Doomsday, all right? Now, honestly, this news is dropping by the minute as I record this video, so this is insane here. Now, I kid you not, while I'm editing this video, even more news, even more castings have released, have dropped. So starting us off, we have Rebecca Raman, who will return as Mystique in Avengers Doomsday. That's an interesting one. So it looks like we're going to be getting a lot of the X-Men cast here. We have James Marsden, who will return as Cyclops in Avengers Doomsday. We have Pedro Pascal, who will return as Reed Richards in Avengers Doomsday. And we have Channing Tatum, who will return as Gambit in Avengers Doomsday. And moving on here, we have Florence Pugh, and this is going to be our final one here. We have Florence Pugh, who will return as Yelena in Avengers Doomsday. Now, I believe she's going to be in the new film coming up, and that movie is going to be Thunderbolts. So not only was she in the Black Widow film, but now we're going to get to see her in Thunderbolts and then in Avengers Doomsday. So a pretty stacked cast, as we can see here. Leading into Avengers Doomsday, we of course have the Russo bros back directing this film. They did an amazing job on their past Marvel films, Captain America Civil War, Captain America Winter Soldier. I believe they did that film too. And they also did, of course, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame. So they're also doing Doomsday, which I love. I'm glad we're getting back to the Russo bros. I don't know why Disney tried to move on from them, tries to give all these other directors a chance when we know that we have directors that can do it right and can do it properly and accurately to what the fans want out of these films. So that's going to be the full cast list, at least so far up to this point. And if anything, you know, any more news drops in the future, we'll more than likely cover it on the channel. Again, make sure you follow me on the Twitter, ENT Demigod, or X as they call it nowadays. Check out Discussing Film. I love that page. They keep you up to date on everything movies. So very helpful page there. And yeah, as far as what we do here on Demigod ENT, we do film and TV reactions and reviews. So if you're interested in any of this movie-based content, you're in the right place. Hit subscribe. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.